Hello singing friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Mickey here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. Today I'm going to be doing a patron reaction request to Andrea Menudakis from Motion Device under the name Daydreamer, performing an original piano composition called Minor Reflection. This is a request from Michael German, and I'm really excited to check this out because I've really been loving Daydreamer's covers of other artists' songs on the piano, and it's going to be really cool to hear something that she wrote herself. So before we jump right in, just a few reminders. If you want to see a link to the Uninterrupted video, it'll be in the description box, as well as where you can find my piano and singing courses, and of course how you can ask me to react to a song or artist of your choice. All right, so let's jump right in and hear Minor Reflection by Daydreamer. I need to get headphones that don't rip out 90 strands of hair every time I take them on or off. So if anybody has any recommendations on that front, I'd appreciate it because I need all of my 4 strands of hair on my head. Gonna pause it there. I'm sorry to interrupt it. It wasn't like, there wasn't a good stopping point, but I just don't want the video to get blocked because sometimes if you put the whole thing in, YouTube just nails you. So I think this is really, really beautiful. I love the way the video is shot. I think it's really classy and beautiful. And I love that it's shot head on, you know? And I think it's really interesting the way that she lifts her hands very high off the keyboard sometimes. She's like very expressive with her body language while she's playing. You know, you don't really need to lift your hand off the keyboard, and it actually makes it more difficult to find where you are and get back, you know, but she's really like almost dancing as she plays. So I think that's really beautiful. And there's something nice about this composition in that it's really only over 2 chords, you know, and she's doing a lot of really complicated figures with her right hand, and then she has those arpeggios in the left hand that are going between those two chords. It's hard for me to tell offhand what chords they are. I think it's C minor and B flat, but I could be wrong. I'll check in a second when I can get to my piano. But she's keeping that very constant, you know, going between those two chords, and it gives it almost this like Irish kind of sound to me, you know, like because it is so simple, the chord structure, and yet there's nothing simple about the notes that she's playing over it. She's playing a lot of very complex figures over those arpeggios between those two chords. But there's a simplicity in the chord progression that gives it like this certain chanty kind of feel to me, that it doesn't sound like it's exactly like in a Western scale because of that. It's also just a really interesting choice harmonically to go from the 1 to the 7 chord like that. You know, it's not like a common choice. You would think you would go to like the 1 and the 4, or like the 1 and the 5, or even like the 1 and the 6, you know, but to go to the 1 and the 7 is an odd choice. And so it opens up this really interesting world of melodies that you can write over those chord changes. So I think it's really beautiful. I'm really enjoying it so far. Let's listen to where it goes, if it progresses away from these two chords or if it's going to go somewhere else, because I really almost like the stasis of it. You know, I think it's really cool. Very, very pretty. I think it's gorgeous. The video is beautiful, how it started really close and then she slowly floats away into this river of darkness that swallows her up. I like the play on words, the minor reflection, because you can see her reflected, you know, and then it is like a thought reflection, like you're reflecting on something. I really, really liked that feeling of stasis where it's just going between the C minor and the B flat major chords. I think it's an interesting choice in chord progression. And I loved all of the complicated melody lines that she was able to build over just those two chords. I thought it was really, really gorgeous. And it's, you know, 3.5 minute composition. And I thought that was the perfect length. I thought it was very creative and really beautiful. I'm really excited to hear more of her original compositions. So thank you for suggesting this, Michael. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction, and I'll see you guys here next time. Until then, take care. And of course, happy singing.